Hello everyone, it's Miss Kayla here. Today we're going to be making a puppet out of materials you can find right at home. First you're going to need a sock, like the fluffy one I have right in my hand. I like to use one with a cute pattern, and the opening on this sock is nice and stretchy and helps keep the sock on your arm. And the red tip on the end makes for a great mouth. I think I'll use this one. We'll put that one aside for now. You're also going to need a pair of scissors. You're also going to need some cardboard or paper roll, whatever you can get your hands on. I've already cut my roll, as you can see on the line here. You're also going to need a pen or pencil, whatever you can get your hands on, really, that'll write. You will also need a needle, thread, and something to help keep the string from tangling. I find this tool works best, and you can find them in most sewing kits, but you could also use a toothpick too if you don't have one. Anything sharp and small. You will also need buttons. I have a variety to use for eyes and pigtails. I've decided to use these for the pigtails. I think they'll be cute. And some pink eyes. I decided not to use the blue. This isn't a requirement, but I like to use yarn. It's great for hair and pigtails and whatever else you can use it for. It's not a requirement, but I like to use it, so if you happen to have some. Let's start with our sock. First, we're going to take the paper roll that we've cut and use the sock as a measurement. I want you to fold the cardboard in half so that you can kind of make a mouth with your hand. Here, I'll flip over the sock so it's nice inside out. Makes it easier once you have it cut out. Make sure that you have it lined up the way you're going to want it inside the mouth. So we line them up and gently trace along the line. Again, you don't need anything perfect. You don't have to have a pencil, a pen, or marker. Anything will do, and it doesn't have to be perfect lines. We're going to be cutting out the area. So whatever you have on hand should be fine. And make sure you have a parent at home to help you cut along the line so you're not hurting your fingers. So we're just going to cut along this line with a pair of scissors. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. And there, we have a mouth. Now we're just going to put it up against the sock and make sure that it looks like it'll fit. Now here it's important to make sure you have the folded side out so that the open mouth part is up to the sock's inside, because when you flip the sock inside out again, it's going to be back to normal. So we're just going to make sure that it's going to fit, line it up with the mouth. I'm making sure that mine lines up with the red to make sure that the mouth fits with the red inside it. You don't have to do this, it all depends on what color sock you have, but for me, having it match the red on the inside is ideal. Just fixing it up, moving that red around. Nom nom nom, hello! Now that we've got a working puppet, we can go ahead and start making its face. Let's get an idea of how we're going to use this hair. Try to measure out how much of it you plan on using in total. I have plenty of yarn, but maybe you don't, so you might want to choose a certain hairstyle that works for you. I've decided to go with pigtails, so I'll show you how to make those if you happen to have yarn. You're going to wrap the string or yarn around your hand. Not too tightly, but tight enough that it won't move away. You want the hair to be about the same length overall. Cut the excess string off and leave that little lump over there. Grab some thread. And make sure you cut the end so it's nice and clean. There we go. We're going to take our needle, make sure not to touch the point. It's really pointy. Ouch! You see this hole? We're going to be threading our thread through that hole. Make sure that a parent helps you. There we go. We're going to take the ends and be sure to tie them. You should make sure you have enough thread to do your project, about an arm's length. We're going to do 2 knots to make sure it's nice and sturdy and that the string doesn't go right through the fabric and instead holds the fabric. This will keep your buttons in place. Tighten it with your fingers and pinch. Perfect. Now we're going to put on our eyes. I like to make sure that they level up the way they're supposed to. You put them on, get a good view, and don't worry about going through the fabric too far. You're going to have your cardboard inside. It should stop the needle from going directly through to the other side. And be careful of that needle. It's pointy. Take your time with the project. And we go through the hole just a few times, and then we're going to tie a knot. Be careful not to get it stuck on the fabric. And a little knot to keep it in place. Make sure it doesn't get tangled. There we go. Nice and tight. Snip off the excess. Perfect. On to the next eye. Make sure you tie the knot on your string again. And here's the second eye. Same thing as before, we're going to go right through the fabric first. The string will go through. Onto the other side of the hole. And back through. Be careful not to get poked. Looking good already. We're going to do this a few more times to make sure it's nice and stuck on. Now we're going to knot it, just to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Again, it's really important to be careful about getting poked. Now we're going to make sure we double knot it. This is by leaving a loop at the end and then pulling tightly. This protects your stitch from undoing itself. Perfect. And now we just cut off the string. There she is. We're going to be attaching the hair now. You're going to take some string. Not too much, just a bit. Cut it off. You could probably do this with 6 inches of string. Make a little hole. And you're going to tie that around the top of your hair. Ta-da! And we do it a few more times to make sure it doesn't fall off. Make sure you attach your button just like we did with the eyes. Again, best done if you have an adult with you. Make sure you don't poke your fingers. And you're going to thread the needle right through the little loops that we've made. Get a nice little bit of sock there. Go through the loop of the button so that you can attach the hair or yarn to the sock. We're going to do a few more times too, just to make sure it doesn't fall off. And again. And don't forget to cut off the excess string. Now for the other piggy tail. Isn't she lovely? And just like before, we're going to attach the hair to the button using the loops on top. Nice and tight. There we go. And cut off the excess string. And isn't she lovely? And now we're ready to play. It's fun to play with puppets, and I'm glad I could share this with you. I hope you enjoyed this project. Be safe, everyone. So long with much love.